Diamond Dallas Page. What more can you say about Diamond Dallas Page? He's cool. He was calm. He was collected. Diamond Dallas Page is the ultimate example about never giving up and never quitting on your dreams. He had his doubters that told him at age 35 was when he got into the wrestling business that he couldn't do it. And you know what he did? He went on to be a multiple world heavyweight champion, tag team champion, television champion. You name it, the man has done it. Now, fast forward all those years later, you know what he is now? He's a yoga instructor and he's doing the impossible yet again. This week on Wrestling Quick Takes, I will be talking to you about the one, the only Diamond Dallas Page. Wait till a few of you get in here, but how is every one of you doing tonight? Hope you all have had a blessed weekend, a blessed evening. My evening was good. I've got a big announcement once this episode is over. So, going to be about some changes going on here. So, there's not anything else on your mind, then I'm going to go out on and get started. This week's show, DDP. Diamond Dallas Page is the ultimate example of being told you can't do something. At age 35, he was told you would never make it in the wrestling business. And he goes on to become a world heavyweight champion and now Hall of Famer. Now he's a yoga instructor and he is doing the impossible yet again. This week on Wrestling Quick Takes, I will be talking about the career of DDP to go along with some of his greatest matches, moments, and did he ever have heat with The Undertaker? DDP's career. I'm going to give you a little backdrop on the career of DDP. According to BleacherReport.com, during the height of the Monday Night Wars that feud professional wrestling in the late 90s, Diamond Dallas Page was one of World Championship Wrestling's marquee stars. He represented the company during its war with the New World Order, with industry icons the likes of Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Kevin Nash, and Sting. Page was instrumental in attracting mainstream media attention from the company through on screen partnerships with 2010 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame inductee Karl Malone and Tonight Show host Jay Leno. The pay per view matches that resulted from those pairings did outstanding business for the company. The match involving Malone at Bash at the Beach 1998 became the second highest buy gate in the company's history. Success did not always come easy for the New Jersey native, though prior to debuting in WCW, Page wrestled some in Canada and the American Wrestling Alliance, but an injury sidelined him and seemingly ended his career before it could ever truly get started. He began managing Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka, known as Bad Company, in the AWA and even formed his own stable, known as the Diamond Exchange. Page proved to be an excellent mouthpiece for the talent, and his ability to talk eventually landed him a few commentating gigs. Page would get his foot in the door at WCW thanks in large part to the legendary Dusty Rhodes. Picking up where he left off in the AWA, Page revived his managerial career, seconding the fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin. It was clear that Page had an incredible mind for the business. He could talk, he could get others over, and was a valuable asset to whatever company he worked for. But the itch to get back in the ring never really left, and at age 35, he underwent further in ring training. At the same time, he would manage two young unknown talents named Vinny Vegas and Diamond Stud. Those two would leave for the World Wrestling Federation shortly after, becoming far better known as Diesel and Razor Ramon. Respectively, Page would struggle as an older rookie, saddled with a bad gimmick and truly awful angles. The character lost his fortune and Diamond Doll to the Booty Man. He lost arm wrestling contests to Everett Sullivan and struggled to defeat the past his prime Jim Duggan. But he fought through it all and began building a championship resume. He won the television championship and defeated several WCW stars to win the 1996 Battle Bowl ring. It was in 96 that the character began to undergo changes. Diamond Dallas Page became more subdued, more focused on achieving in ring greatness. His finishing maneuver, the Diamond Cutter, became one of the most over finishers in the business, thanks in large part to the fact that it could be applied from any position. Fans were never quite sure how Page would catch his opponent with the move, but when he did, they popped in appreciation of its innovation. The defining moment of Page's career and the second that he was elevated from solid mid-card hand to main event star came with when he summed when he summed the New World Order and dropped Scott Hall with the Diamond Cutter. It resulted in one of the loudest ovations of Page's career and created a brand new marquee attraction for WCW. The fans appreciated Page's loyalty to the company that made him, even in the face of certain pain and brutality at the hands of Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, and the rest of the NWO. His rivalry with NWO member Randy Macho Man Savage was the first real test of Page's ability to be a top level performer in the industry, and he passed with flying colors, delivering a legitimate match of the year contender with the legendary star at Spring Stampede in 1997. Page would go on to win three WCW championships, two United States titles, and four tag team championship matches with Goldberg, Raven, and Chris Benoit, solidify his position as one of the sport's most entertaining and intelligent workers. After the fall of WCW in 2001, Page would appear for World Wrestling Entertainment and TNA Wrestling, but never quite achieved the same success that he did in the Ted Turner owned promotion that he starred for throughout the 90s and early 2000s. A three success story. Page is a living, breathing example of what someone who works hard and is dedicated has a few as a few has underlying passion and mid for the business and catches a few lucky breaks can accomplish. DDP career moments. Moment number one, his first WCW championship win. Diamond Dallas Page winning the WCW championship should be his number one moment, but but there were some weird moments attached to it. WCW had Page return from a short absence, showing more of a heel side heading into a fatal four title match. Randy Savage was the special referee to help DDP win the title for the first time over Sting, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan. Even though the heel turn took away from it, Page winning the top prize in WCW was still a massive career achievement. Number two, great main event performance versus Goldberg. WCW showed the ultimate trust in Diamond Dallas Page by placing him in the Halloween Havoc 1998 main event versus Goldberg. The War Games pin for his team at the previous pay-per-view landed him a title shot and a chance to end Goldberg's undefeated streak. Page led Goldberg to the greatest match of his career with back and forth action. In front of a hot crowd, WCW made the right call, booking the rare face versus face match on a major stage. Goldberg won the match, but DDP delivered in his biggest test with flying colors. Yep, one of the most recognizable matches in Goldberg's career and DDP. Moments, might I mean. Number three, beating Randy Savage in first big pay-per-view win. The rivalry between Diamond Dallas Page and Randy Savage helped Page get to the next level in his career. Savage joining the New World Order to his first feud coming against Page with a lot of hatred segments and a lot of heated segments and noteworthy matches. Spring Stampede 1997 was the stage for Savage and DDP to have their first match with the no DQ stipulation. Fans were stunned when Page won the match and scored a huge upset over the legend. This was the night DDP proved he could hang with the top stars to keep building that main event momentum. Number four, his WWE Hall of Fame induction. The WWE Hall of Fame is considered one of the greater accomplishments a wrestler can achieve at the end of their career. Diamond Dallas Page was ecstatic about getting the honor when WWE called him to join their Hall of Fame in 2017. Eric Bischoff inducted Page into the Hall of Fame as a close friend and his former WCW boss. The speech of DDP showed how much he appreciated those that helped him along the way in a selfless manner. Moment number five, Lord of the Ring tournament win. WCW had a unique concept with the Battle Brawl series, placing random teams in matches and the winners advancing to a winner take all battle royal. The name was changed to the Lord of the Ring tournament at Slamboree 1996. Diamond Dallas Page and the Barbarian were the random wrestlers placed together, winning two matches to advance to the Battle Royal. The win gave Page his first true push in WCW, using it to cheat his way to victories and get more television time. DDP's greatest matches. DDP versus Bret Hart, World War III '98. The use of Bret Hart in WCW was quite questionable with odd booking moves. One positive was that Hart did get to have good matches against the likes of Booker T, Chris Benoit, and Diamond Dallas Page. The rivalry with Page started during Brett's time in the New World Order at World War III, saw Hart and DDP in the main event spot for the United States Championship. The win for Page was one of the biggest of his entire career. Both men had an impressive chemistry that proved they deserved the main event over the Battle Royal. Match number 2. Diamond Dallas Page versus Randy Savage, Halloween Havoc 1997. The rivalry between Diamond Dallas Page and Randy Savage put DDP on the map. They had a few memorable matches, with the big culmination coming at Halloween Havoc 1997. Savage and Page had a violent sudden death rules match, which was WCW's version of the last man standing match. The win for Savage gave him more heat as he entered the WCW Championship picture in 1998. DDP may have lost the match, but he continued to find success after working with Savage. The feud with a legend helped him prove he could be a real main eventer. Number 3, Diamond Dallas Page versus Raven, Spring Stampede 1998. The no DQ stipulation titled Raven's Rules saw Raven have the advantage against Diamond Dallas Page at Spring Stampede 1998. Both men beat the life out of each other all over the venue with various weapons in grand fashion. The United States Championship was on the line, with Raven defeating DDP to take home the gold. Raven lost the title one night later to Goldberg. Yeah, that was obvious. But the match here made the win more memorable. Both wrestlers were viewed as bigger stars because of great performances here. Match number 4. Diamond Dallas Page versus Sting, Nitro, April 26, 1999. Diamond Dallas Page won his first WCW championship in 1999 to prove he could reach the top of the mountain. The big title defense on Nitro against Sting saw Page lose the title right away. Both men at the top of their A games, putting on an instant classic. The booking saw Sting win the title here before losing it back to Page later on in the night. It was still a positive for fans getting to see such a great match on Nitro. Page proved he was ready to hang in the main event picture whenever WCW called upon him. Match number 5. Diamond Dallas Page versus Goldberg, Halloween Havoc 1998. The Halloween Havoc 1998 main event between Diamond Dallas Page and Goldberg showed both men at their absolute best. Page was having a great run of momentum after winning War Games to earn the title shot here against the undefeated Goldberg. The reputation of Goldberg was that he could not have good matches. DDP proved that it was possible to lead him with an outstanding match here. Fans believed the undefeated streak was ending after Page hit the diamond cutter. The match helped add to the positive reputation of DDP. And final segment of the night, DDP's heat with the Undertaker. According to WrestlingInc.com, speaking to the Irish Sun, Page discussed his real-life relationship with the dead man. Despite the infamous storyline, Page said his heat with the Undertaker was solely for entertainment purposes, and they actually got along well outside of the ring. I never had any real heat with Taker, Page said. It wasn't like we didn't like each other, but our styles didn't really mix. I knew Mark from WCW before he was ever Taker, and I always liked him. Despite their in-ring styles and not meshing, the WWE put them together in a program that forced Page, one of the biggest baby faces in WCW, to become a full-blown heel. Page said it was less about chemistry than it was about WWE trying to establish its dominance over WCW. They wanted to send a message. People always say winners write the history. Page explained it didn't matter if it was me or someone else from WCW facing Taker. We were going to beat we were going to get beat down because they wanted to say, hey, we won the war. DDP on why his feud with The Undertaker quickly fizzled out. Nowadays, DDP and The Undertaker have a better friendship, Page said. Taker complimented him on his work with DDP Yoga. Today, Taker and I are tight, he said. He came up to me after he saw the resurrection of Jake the Snake and said, dude, what you're doing for the business and people in general is super special. And that is a little bit of brief story on DDP. Now, I'm going to announce some changes effective immediately. I think this upcoming week, I'm going to go with the day show this upcoming Sunday. To um I'm gonna try to shoot for maybe a 3 o'clock show or maybe even a 4 o'clock show. I might shoot for a Sunday at 3 o'clock show. I'm not sure. And I'm also kind of not only shooting for a Sunday afternoon show, but I'm gonna kind of consider doing a Saturday show. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to put the show more earlier in the day because I understand 11:05 might be a little bit too difficult for you all. So if you could just bear with me on that, I'm definitely going to consider moving it in the day time hours than keeping it at 11:05. But yeah, that's what I wanted to announce. Daytime show, potentially at 3 o'clock Sunday or 4 o'clock Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, tell me, what do you think about DDP? Where would you rank him in terms of, you know, the all amongst the all-time greats? Let me know what you think in the chats below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, God bless.